Hello plant friends, it's Alonia here and welcome back to my tiny balcony here in suburban Sydney, where I'm learning to grow cold, cool and intermediate orchids, where it's just me, my orchids and Mother Nature. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for pressing play on this video. It's a bit cold in Sydney here today. For context, it was 32 degrees last Monday and today on Saturday as I film this it is about 13 degrees Celsius, so quite a bit of a temperature drop. I'm sitting on my balcony today and I just wanted to have a quick chat about this little specimen. This little orchid, if I bring it up close to the camera and you can see it, it is a miniature. This is Polystachya pubescens. This is a native to South Africa. The etymology of the name, poly meaning many and stachya meaning branched flower spikes. And pubescens is the flower spikes are covered in tiny hairs. In Zulu, where this is a native of, this is called or known as Amavelele Yongosi. And while I don't speak any Zulu language, I do have a Zulu speaking work colleague who helped me with the pronunciation of this particular plant. If you do speak Zulu, I'm very sorry if I've managed to butcher that pronunciation. Wusilanga Eyese Lenge. He has made a video about this in a Zulu language format with the description box having a number of English descriptions in the box. He has listed a number of uses for this plant. I'm just going to read them off here. So these are said to be used to promote friendship, prevent epilepsy, emetic, impotence, fertility, a poultice for wounds, and constipation in children. There are over 200 plants in the Polystachya genus, and of those 200 that grow across the African continent, 11 of them are native to South Africa. My Zulu-speaking friend, he's from Zimbabwe. When I asked him, he remembered seeing this type of plant when he was growing up. So Polystachya pubescens is native to South Africa and its range of growth is from the coastal forests of East Cape and it ranges up into the kingdom of Eswatini and it ranges from sea level through to up to 1500 metres above sea level. It is an epiphyte/lithophyte, which means it grows in the nooks and crannies of trees and rocks and wherever it can get a foothold and spread its roots. And it takes nutrients from the decaying plant matter in those little pockets of space. They do grow in full sun, and if they do grow in full sun, the foliage goes a deep purple colour. If they grow in a protected space like my dining room table out of all day full sun, the foliage remains this rich green colour, a little bit bright and slightly shiny. The flowers will form on new growth like this one is here, and the flowers themselves are mildly scented. Some sources say they're strongly scented. I imagine that is based on the heat of the day and the time of the day to attract the pollinators for this plant. The flowers themselves are quite tiny at about 1.5 centimetres in diameter from tip of sepal to tip of sepal. They are a beautiful yellow colour and the sepals have 4 or so horizontal stripes from tip to tip. Sepals being the top 2 left and right petals on the flower. I have 4 inflorescences on this plant, so I've got the one that's in flower, I've got one here, and then I've got 2 just in here. I don't think you can see those. I don't know how well they come up on camera. As I mentioned, they flower from spring through to early summer, so in the southern hemisphere that would be mid-September through to late November, early December. The flowers point straight down, which is sad. These flowers are on the turn. I acquired this one from the Ives Orchid show back in August and I got this one from Dark Star. Just a quick note about the pricing of it. So Dark Star sold me this for $40 for a flowering size plant, and it didn't have any hint of flower spikes or at all when I bought it. The care for this one is the two sources I found both say that you can fertilise and water it year round. Given that it is mid-October, so here in the Southern Hemisphere that is mid-spring, I have already given it a couple of pellets of this Osmocote 6-monthly slow-release fertiliser. I also semi-regularly fertilise it with the Manutech Orchid Bloom Booster, and the NPK on this one is 15 for the nitrogen, 3 for the phosphorus, and 25 for the potassium. So I will feed this every third water, just to help support the flower spikes and the green foliage growth. It lives on the dining room table, as I mentioned, and gets, when it is sunny, a half to 1 hour of direct sunlight every day, and when it does warm up, warmer than 13 degrees Celsius, I will be moving it out here for summer, and being it's a South African native, it should hopefully tolerate the heat, although I will be careful about where I put it, and I will put it out of extreme breezes. So plant friends, that brings us to the end. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and if you would like to follow along with my adventures, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your week.